Hey yogis, it's Mike. We're going to do a little bit more gentle practice today. This is going to be an all pigeons practice, okay? So that's actually kind of misleading because it's not going to be exclusively pigeons. There will be some transition poses in there. And it's not going to be all the pigeons because flying pigeon is an arm balance and I didn't think that that really fit in with the sequence of poses that I'm going to do today. So I will be doing a flying pigeon mini workshop coming up. So once that's done, I will link that in a card up here. But today it's just really going to be gentle on the mat. I would encourage you, if you're watching this and your body is cold and tight feeling, maybe just pause and go through a few sun salutations, something to warm up your body. I've already done that. But I just wanted to give this as a really gentle, restorative kind of on the ground pigeon practice. And we will go through all different levels of the poses like throughout them. So modifications all the way up to upgrades. Yeah. We will start, please, in child's pose just to get landed and grounded in the practice. Okay. So come with your knees wide. Big toes touching. Having a block nearby or even a towel that you can roll up as a prop for your hip might be helpful. Yogi's choice there. And just settle in. Start to connect to your breath. Ujjayi breath through the nose. These more restorative poses, it's really important to stay present. Let your mind be here on the work that your body's doing. The release that you're creating. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath here. Come up to tabletop. We're going to move into half pigeon. So if you want to go from down dog, you can, or you can just set it up from here, right? Bring your right shin parallel to the top of your mat. So setting this up to start here, some options, right? Parallel to the top of your mat is like ideal form. And if that doesn't fit in your body, then there's a lot of options to bring the heel a little closer to the groin. Just finding that right angle with your front leg so that you can get into the pose, right? So find that. That's like the first step. Keep your foot active. This foot isn't kind of hanging out. You want it flexed and supported. And then from here, just starting to find out where you want to land. Yeah, you might want to put a block underneath your hip. Yeah, so you can set a block underneath the hip bone as support here. And then from here, just coming down, it can be on your palms, right? We're going to be here for a little bit, so find the one that feels good. It can be on palms, it can be on forearms. You can maybe come all the way down to your forehead or rest your forehead on your hands. And then you breathe. You just settle in. Your back toes can be curled under or they can be pointed. Really your choice. Curled under can be a little bit more stable for some people, but if it doesn't feel good in your foot, point the toes. Really just allowing breath to land you here. These more still, restorative poses, the work can really be keeping your mind present. I know for me that can be the challenge. Whatever time of day you're doing this, it might be before bed, it might be another time of the day. Just really allowing your mind to unwind here, like really get present. Just to the stretch, just to the physical sensations of your body. The access point to the present moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can stay right where you are. I want to offer a twist here. So there's a couple different versions you can take of a twist in half pigeon. The first would be really simple, right? Just taking your left hand down on the center of your mat. Right hand can come to your right knee. It can come to your low back. You can just start to find a twist in the upper body here, right? Drawing the right shoulder blade back. So a little bit more gentle version of the twist. If you want a pretty juicy twist, you can take it in half pigeon. You're going to hook your right elbow on your left knee, like you're doing it like a chair twist. Similar, or like a crescent lunge twist, hook the elbow, draw the shoulders onto the back. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, just lengthening. And again, you can just be in your pigeon if that feels better. Core is strong. If you're taking the twist, shoulder integration. Breathe. Stay. A couple more. Bring it out if you're in a twist. Feel it. Last breath. Stay. Twist deeper. And release. Come back. So the next step will move into King Pigeon. Okay, so King Pigeon is another one that there's a lot of different options. This can be one that can seem like insurmountable for some people, but just starting out really gentle is the way to get into it, right? So you can keep that block underneath your hip. That might be helpful if you find trouble balancing. First step in King Pigeon would just be to come up onto your hands, yeah? All right, so coming up, chest is forward, so instead of curling the back, keep that shoulder integration, chest facing the front of your mat. Right here, right, starting King Pigeon. Next step would be to bend the back knee. And this is like the first variation of King Pigeon. You're getting a lot of the same stretch. If you want to bring in next level, option 1 would be to take your right hand forward, right? Lift it up. So a little less support, working a bit more muscles. If you want to bring the other hand up, you'll reach left hand for the left ankle, right? So variation here of King Pigeon, right? This is another version. Keeping the chest forward, keeping a lift, a length in the upper body. And active in this back leg, yeah? So I'm kicking into my hand. It's not just like I'm holding it. There's some work happening. Next option, which is actually, this is my tight side. I can do it a lot better on the other side, is to hook the elbow around the foot. Yeah, you can make like a stop sign with your hand. So working something like this. And then fullest possible expression. Oh, it's tight for me here, is reaching fingers behind the head. And again, keeping the chest facing forward, whatever variation you're in. So I'm going to take a step back on this side. Just let my body be here. Breathe in it. We'll be here for a little bit. Really feeling that through the hips. Oh, I feel it. Feeling engagement through your core. Stabilize that. Uddiyana Bandha is still present in these poses. Belly muscles engaged. Supporting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Couple more. Lift the chest. Kick back into your hand or your elbow. Breathe. And release. Okay, so gently, yeah, be really compassionate moving between these poses. Your body can feel them for sure. So sweep the back leg around. What we're going to move into is double pigeon. I'm going to turn so you can see me a bit better. You can be facing the top of your mat. So double pigeon, the setup in double pigeon is ankles and knees stacked over top of each other, okay? So that looks like this, right? So my feet flexed and the knees and the ankles are over top of each other. What it doesn't look like is this, okay, which is just sitting cross-legged. So there's a little bit of a stretch happening here, but you lose most of that hip opening that you get when you're in proper form of this pose. So option 1 is ankles and knees stacked, okay? If this is not available to you, that's not, you're not a bad yogi. First thing you can do, if this feels really tight, but you can get your ankles and your knees stacked, you can put a block here, right? So this takes some of the work out of having to keep this leg lifted. Another thing that you can do is put a block in between your belly and your legs. This will actually deepen it. So if you feel kind of comfortable, like I don't feel much stretch is your story, then put the block here as you lean forward. It just kind of pushes that leg down a little bit more, okay? So those are options. If you can't get the stacking of the ankles and the knees, then it's pressing the bottom heel forward. So I'll turn here actually so you can see. And keeping, again, left ankle on top of the right knee, the right leg is long, and you'll get the same stretch here. So wherever you're going, move into it. Just like starting to allow those hips, right? Like each pose here, taking you a little deeper into the hips. So just feel that. Close your eyes if it feels nice, right? If you close the eyes, you don't check out. You dial in, get more present to your body. Where's there room for even more stretch, even more space? Every exhale, possibility maybe to go deeper, find more openness. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a few more breaths here. Whatever variation you're in. Settle even deeper into it if you can, yeah. Breathe. In and out. Couple more. Full breath. Settle even deeper if there's space. Gently come back up to sit. Don't rush. Yeah, you want to let these poses land. Straighten out the legs. Nice and slow. Just feel that, right? We've done the one side of the body here. Sit up tall. Let's move into a quick staff pose, actually. Yeah, so just taking palms flat on the mat on either side of your hips. You press the floor. You're not trying to lift your body off the ground. It's just pressing to find length in the spine, lengthen the arms. Press your heels forward to stretch out the legs a little bit. A few breaths here. You can close the eyes. Shoulders back. Press every knuckle down. Lengthen every vertebrae of your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release. You'll switch into half pigeon on your left side. So again, just sweeping the legs around might be nice. However you want to get there, go for it. Set it up. So on this side, you can see the block maybe a bit better. What you're wanting to avoid in half pigeon is to dump the hips onto the floor. So this would be holding the hips parallel. What it would look like to dump down is to let that left bum cheek here kind of flop over and come down to the back of the left thigh. You want to keep that lifted up. All that's touching the ground on my left side is my shin and my knee, right? The back of my thigh is lifted off the ground. That's where the block can help if you want the support. You just set it there to keep your hip up. And again, options on. You can be in half pigeon up on palms. You can be in half pigeon on forearms. You can be in half pigeon all the way down to the ground. Forehead on your hands or the mat or a towel. You breathe. Fullest inhale, fullest exhale, just keeping you here. Surrender to pose. Just surrender your thoughts to the sensations of the pose. Let them be here. Getting a hip stretch and getting a really good workout of your mental muscles to keep you grounded, keep you from distracting yourself in thought. Just breath, physicality. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Slowly bring yourself back up. Option here, or sorry, you can stay or you can move into the twist now, right? So the twist on this side would be right hand in front of you, left hand on the sacrum, the low back, and you can twist here. So finding again shoulder integration, left shoulder draws back. in, breathe out. And your option here to take the twist, yeah, so it can be hooking right elbow to left knee and then drawing the shoulders back, yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. Strong core, shoulder integration, keep that wrapping back, twisting, breathe. Go deeper. Take one more breath in, one more breath out, wring out your spine, and then release. Come back, palms to the mat, bring yourself up, and we can move into a king pigeon variation, right? So this can be on this side, I didn't mention, on the other side, sorry, I didn't mention, you can have your hands on a block, right? So 2 blocks might be helpful in your practice. You could have one under your hip, or even like, even just a towel under the back of the thigh, something like that can be helpful. Again, your king pigeon, just bring that back leg into it, get the psoas stretch on the right side. Options for, hands down, options for reaching right hand to right foot here. Option for left hand to come forward. Option to hook the back elbow, make a stop sign, like any variation. Find where you're going. We'll take about 5 more breaths right here. Fullest possible expression, or one side might be different than the other. Work the body that is here right now on this side in this moment. Possibility for something bigger than you felt before, maybe, right? Breathe, stretch, take one more breath in, one more breath out, and slowly let it go. Again, there's no rush here. Double pigeon. So your back leg sweeps around, right leg stacks on top of the left, ankles stacked over knees, or of course, like on the other side, you can take that bottom leg straight if this gives you more access to the stretch, right, wherever you're going. Set it up, sit bones back, and then go into it, start to fold. Your double pigeon might be way up here, right? Maybe you can come down further. Maybe forearms on a block is a nice option. Just getting creative about what your body needs to let you get into the pose, yeah? Sometimes a prop, a few inches, bringing the floor closer can be a huge breakthrough, just giving you that little bit of space that you needed to find the stretch that you've never gotten into before, right? Be compassionate for your body. Give it what it needs. Doesn't always line up with what you want. I know for me anyway. Close your eyes, just go a bit deeper into the stretch. Breathe in, go a bit deeper. One more breath in and out. Come back up. Both legs out in front of you. Just take your time. Yeah, don't rush out of these poses. You want to feel that work. Feet forward. Pull the flesh out from under your sit bones. We'll move into a seated forward fold. So tuck the belly, lengthen over your legs. Breathe in. Tuck your chin. Find that space in the back of your neck now. You don't want to crunch up the neck. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Come up. You'll roll it onto your back. So we're going to move into reclined pigeon, which is thread the needle, right? So they're both the same pose. It depends on what name you call it by. I tend to call it thread the needle, but it's the same thing, right? So right ankle on the left knee. getting the same hip stretch. That's why we offer this as a modification for half pigeon. If flipping over is too much work, this is an option that you can take always as a hip opener. So just starting right here, pressing that right knee away from you, you reach through, grab the back of the left thigh, and draw your left thigh into your chest. So this is an option here, right, with the feet flexed. Really actively pulling the left thigh in. You're pushing the right thigh out. So right elbow here, it's pushing my right knee away from me as my hands are drawing the left thigh in towards me. Yeah, and both feet active, so your feet aren't kind of hanging there. Wake up the legs. Draw in, press out. Breathe in, breathe out. A couple more breaths here. Really actively creating that stretch. Breathe in, empty it out. Last breath right here. On the exhale, bring your left foot down to the ground. Keep your right foot where it is. So a modification, a variation of this can be to turn it into like a bridge variation. You'll lift your hips up off the ground. This actually makes it, we're going to call this our inversion today, right? So hips higher than heart, higher than head. It's an inversion. Press down your triceps, lift up your hips, right? This right knee, actively push it down, like energetically. You don't need to use your hand to keep that hip stretch, that hip opening happening. Hips up, knee down, press your foot into the ground, press your triceps into the ground, your skull. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, hips up, right knee opens a little more. Take 1 more breath, squeeze in, and then let it go. Follow your knees from side to side, really generously. And cactus your arms on the ground. Set up the other side, yeah? Don't rush into it. Move there. Left ankle on your right knee. Starting in traditional reclined pigeon or thread the needle, you reach through, grab the back of the right thigh, pull the right knee into your chest. Left elbow pushes that left leg away, yeah? So it's a push and a pull happening here. Active feet. Focused breath. Fullest inhale. Fullest exhale. Couple more. Really deepen, you pull in, you push out, activate that stretch as much as you can. And then release your foot down. Move into the bridge variation. Take like robot arms. Yeah, you want to really root the triceps down as you lift the hips up. Lift, 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 and then actively opening that left knee down towards the floor. 5 breaths. Inhale. Ground your triceps, ground your skull. Feel shoulder integration for 3. Keep lifted, yeah. Press down, lift up. Take 1 more breath in, and release. Nice and slow. Knees fall from side to side. Actually take a closed hip pose here, just a little tiny moment of counter pose. So feet as wide as your mat, nice and wide. And then what you do is you just let the knees fall into center, yeah? So feet even on the floor beside your mat, halfway or grazing with your pinky toe, and then let the knees rest on each other. You can have your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart, or arms just out on the floor beside you. Feel your heartbeat, yeah? Try to find it. Maybe not as fiery as it is sometimes in your practice, but still there, right? Still present to it. Let your body land. Let your breath slow down. Let your thoughts slow down. breath in. Full breath out. And give your knees a squeeze here. Pull them into your chest. And make some little circles with your knees on the ceiling, yeah, clockwise. Go counterclockwise. Drop your knees over to the left side, supine twist. Keep your shoulders on the ground. Breathe. Lengthen the side body. Twist it out. Come back to center. Center your hips. Drop your knees to the right side. Keep your shoulders rooted. Keep your breath steady. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Feel that twist. Then you will squeeze knees into chest. Give yourself one last hug in. Shoulders lift, forehead to knees. Take a little squeeze and then release. Shavasana. Close your eyes. Just let yourself rest for a moment. Just a more gentle practice, right? Just be in the experience of your body sensations, the air coming in and out of your nostrils, and the experience of your thoughts, but not distracted by them. If they pop up, be aware. Awareness is important. Bring the focus back onto this moment. Any important thoughts will still be there when you get off your mat. Give yourself this space to land. Just be at ease. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And take a full body stretch. On your inhale, reach over your head. Roll onto your right side. Just take your time. There's no rush. Yeah, eyes stay closed. Rest here. Head on your bicep just for a moment. to a comfortable seated position, taking your time. Don't rush. Sit up tall. Hands to the center of your chest. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. Thumbs to the center of your forehead. We bow together and say, Namaste. Thank you, Yogi. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that your hips feel nice and open. Yeah, have a restorative rest of your day. Keep moving your body. Stay connected to your practice and your yoga mat. And I will see you again really soon. Have an awesome day.